Yo, Kilgreed live, baby. Do I have flash on? Can I turn it on my front camera? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, my dude. Editor. What's editor? Picture. Oh, no, 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 no. Camera. Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Can I cancel all that? Remove all. '60 FPS. That shouldn't be it. 60 FPS. It does say it, don't it? Well, whatever. Send some messages. What's up, kitty man? Yeah. weather. It it's supposed to get down to, well, I'll show you. See this here? I'll try to be like an actual weatherman. Right there. 8 degrees. And then tomorrow, if you look down here where I'm scrolling through the days, notice where it says 8 degrees tonight. A high of 15. Tomorrow, a low of 6. And that's the storm system that's currently on its way to me. We're going to get like the tail end of it though. So this is on the way to me. Yep. %90 chance tonight of wind, snow, rain, wind, and snow. Rain to snow and then wind. So yeah. Oh, gotta put the S Pen back in, bro. We'll do some drinking, man. It's my phone. I got 3 total phones. The S9, I'm streaming on it right now. And then the streamer phone that I use the most often, the Galaxy A23 5G. And then my personal S22 Ultra, I'm never streaming on it. It's my show-off personal phone that I use in my life. So fuck it, wug it, nugget, nugget, suck it. This S9 has the better camera than the newer A23, I'll tell you that much. The A23 is alright though, you know, I mean, it's a $300 phone that Boost Mobile was selling for $10 plus activation fee for whatever plan you chose. So I paid $50 to get this phone. It was a pretty good deal. Matter of fact, hang on a second. I need to. It's a big Largo. Just ate some Taco Bell. I'm almost out of my Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce. It looks like there's a lot in there, but that's still just the coloring, like, the color of the sauce sticking to the side. What I got left is actually down here. Almost empty. I might try. I might. um. I might try the Nitro, Discord Nitro, the $9.99 one monthly, where you can get like personalized colored themes and shit now. Possible incentive. Is this me? It's like totally fucking up. Snapchat. Totally fucking up. Bruh. Yeah, 5-second delay. Good old tricks. Yeah, me and my family are doing our Christmas on Christmas Eve. Saturday, we've always done it my whole life that way. Put just enough gas in my car. I did. I put just enough gas in the car to get down there and get my Christmas money. And I know we've gotten away with it. We've gotten away culturally with getting rid of the element of surprise, at least with me and my mom and my grandpa. Now there's like kids down there that still they don't know what they're getting, but we all adults kind of know now. I'm getting a new set of pots and pans. I'm getting this fancied up marinara style sauce called bruschetta sauce. It's really awesome. I'm getting a fuck ton of it, and I'm gonna use it on a lot of shit. Bruschetta sauce. That's what it's called. So yeah. Let my stomach settle a bit. I just ate a bunch of Taco Bell. And I'm gonna drink a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna drink. Finish off this Powerade though. Shit. Good shit. A lot of serotonin and a lot of dopamine going through my emotional amygdala in my temporal lobe in the limbic system. And I need another one of the more modern, newer Samsung bricks with the Type C as the plug-in to it, so it's a C to C. because those are the best ones. You know, I got one of those that I use on all three of my phones because this regular Type-C charger with the regular USB that plugs in, this one sucks. Like, I can't even get it to work. I'm actually just gonna throw it aside. As a matter of fact, I might throw it away. It doesn't work. This one works. I just don't have another C2C brick with the newer ones, because it don't matter what color, you know what I mean. This will go in and it'd work, you know. Better yet, I might charge this one while I stream. That way it won't die. Yeah, 83%. I'm gonna go up, up and away. Alright, let's get back on Netflix. There's a Rocco. Rocco Bucco.
What do you want to say about this site?
They turned The Lincoln Lawyer, that original movie with Matthew McConaughey. It's not Matthew McConaughey now, but they turned it into a series on Netflix. One season so far.
What's your relationship with Jerry Vincent?
Virtual crimes with all too real consequences. So, like swatting. Yeah, swatting has gotten people killed already, which was easily predictable when it first started to become a fad.
Mary and I had gone out to breakfast. We came back.
Let's see what this is. 6 episodes. Yeah, see, the first episode is called Death by SWAT.
Okay, we're recording. All right. So maybe the best place to start is, how did you get involved in this?
I was in an argument with someone that most people would consider a hacker. I was reading the text on my phone, and I guess I said something that kind of, I have to assume, like, insulted his pride or his ego or something. And this person sent the SWAT team to my house at midnight.
I wasn't born in Jamaica. I wasn't born
Yeah.
anywhere.
When I looked out my window, I noticed it was really bright outside, like really bright. So then I walked out my room and opened the front door.
I wasn't born in New York. You're the face of what I said. I wasn't born in New York. You're the
And I looked up in the sky and it was a helicopter.
I think forgot.
The light was so bright that it was,
Damn.
it seemed like it was like mid-afternoon. That's how bright the light was. And shortly after, cop cars started pulling up and they were getting out with shotguns and rifles.
Maybe by now.
Their ARs and their fucking shotties.
It was an eye-opening experience that he could do that to my house over nothing, because it was a hoax call. Whatever he said wasn't true. He said that someone was being held hostage in the closet. I learned later that he even pretended to be the girl that was allegedly being held hostage in my closet.
Just dropping by.
I wasn't scared for my life. I didn't feel like I was going to die or anything. I just thought it was cool that he could do that.
thought it was cool. You were the victim of the swatting. You thought it was cool. Faggot.
You thought it was cool.
Fucking die.
That's what I thought about that experience. Quite frankly, I was thinking, holy shit,
Oh.
this guy actually just sent the SWAT team to my house, and he's not worried at all about the consequences.
Yeah.
Let's call it from a Philly pudding.
Now,
It's
if
crazy.
you've ever heard of swatting, honestly, I hadn't until this story happened.
I've got 2 people here held hostage, right?
It's when someone makes a prank call about a bogus crime to get the SWAT team to go to someone's house.
An army of Nassau County SWAT teams descended on a home, guns drawn. They thought they were responding to a double murder and a suspect who had barricaded himself in the home. But it all turned out to be a hoax.
The swatting targets are sometimes celebrities like Rihanna and Justin Bieber, but are often online gamers, people making a false 911 calls and then watch live online.
Swatting started as a way to, I think, disrupt gaming competitions, or if they lose an important match, to get back at somebody else. It goes back more than 20 years.
People are playing a video game, they call the police and mimic the person that they lost to and say that they killed family members, and then they see how many people they can get to come down there.
I come out of my room, they have guns pointed at me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
A lot of the people involved in swatting are doing this to somebody gaming online, and a whole bunch of people all over the world are watching it live.
You can tell them. You can tell actually. Like, it's not funny, and it's like this is the takeaways is one thing, but this is like police who are saving lives. Wasted police time, whoever did it.
Being able to send the police to kick in someone's door while this is all on camera kind of ups the ante.
People who perpetrate this are looking for bomb dogs, helicopters. That's all part of the fun.
Baby, you come up,
Law
pops.
enforcement on average
Me.
$10,000.
It's about being feared. It's about being known, making the world acknowledge your presence. For a lot of these individuals, any attention is good attention. Somebody cares enough about me to send the SWAT team to my house. I must be important.
But the FBI's biggest concern, that one day these criminal prank calls will turn deadly.
And it happened. And it still happens. PlayStation 4 controller.
Face, hair, and clothing.
What is it, Popo?
Let's go with GG because that's easy. We'll do a class game. I play video games because it's fun for me. You can be really creative with it sometimes. Oh my gosh, she looks crazy. Look at her legs. What kind of power workouts are you doing?
No.
I deal with anxiety and stuff like that. When you have anxiety, you tend to like revert in yourself and do things that feel better for you. And this feels better for me sometimes. Ooh, where should we go?
Oh, that's good.
Go to your houses and Oasis Springs. It starts off as, you not wanting to deal with real life. You get validation from the game, and at some point it becomes addictive. Like, you want to get that validation over and over and over again. Look, my neighbors are coming to visit me, which is not something that happens in real life. If real life isn't making me feel good and this is, I'm gonna play this and spend a majority of my time doing this.
It's a
The
Tyler.
reason I started gaming was my friend, Tyler.
My calf, dude. My calf is still cramped. Like, trying to cramp here and there, but gets more itchy whenever I can prevent it. Yeah, like itches for
He delved
hours
into
sometimes.
gaming
Not bad,
and
but
didn't really get outside of the house. His father died when he was younger. His mother, she moved to Vegas and they lost contact. His grandmother, I know her as his mom. That's what he called her. But he wasn't the same online as he was in person.
Playing Halo, the Xbox game, became the most important thing in Tyler's life at a very young age. He had aspirations of becoming a professional Halo player.
People who are good at this, their name can be widely known very quickly. There are competitions all over the world where people who basically do nothing but play a specific game or set of games come together and compete against each other.
You can continue to hold this one down for just a couple more seconds. A perfect kill for Royal 2. And he they are the Halo World Champions.
The top prizes for these can be just astronomical, endorsements, that kind of thing.
oh, yeah, big money.
You're gonna sit there behind your mother's computer screen. You ain't got shit to say, bitch.
There is a certain coarseness to gaming culture.
You dumb cunt. Learn how to fucking play a proper character, you fucking stupid whore.
There is a treatment of others, even that are friends, that can be quite harsh.
Shut the fuck up, that's right.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit.
Slight infractions invite retaliation. Name calling, real harassment and abuse can be part of this. In the gaming culture that Tyler belonged to be extreme is something that's welcomed and invited. And extreme is also equated with fun. These Halo acquaintances he had were really his closest friends. Tyler Barris was raised by Halo in many ways.
Raised by Halo.
What's your first bomb threat?
Imagine, bro.
Bomb threat or the first time I sent the SWAT team to someone's house?
Yeah, I assume the bomb threat came first, right?
Yeah, that was the first thing I ever tried was evacuating a building. The same person who swatted me sent the bomb squad to a school. The first thing that I wanted to try to do was make headlines like that. I tried evacuating a college university. That was the first thing that I ever tried to evacuate, and it was on the news the same day. At that point I knew, okay, since that worked, this is legit. Like, I could probably do this to any location in the United States. It'll get evacuated as long as the call sounds believable. Wherever I do this is going to get evacuated.
So Tyler starts to SWAT other people in the Halo community. But not only that, starts making lots of bomb threat calls to high schools and junior highs. He would call up and say that I've hidden a bomb in a locker, and of course they would close the school.
I had gone on a spree of evacuating high schools, and I was just making it quite obvious on my Twitter that I'm evacuating numerous schools around the country, and I have the ability to do this.
By the way,
And
this is a time in which there's a lot of like school shootings. Did that factor into your thinking?
I wasn't saying it had nothing to do with school shootings. I was just saying that there's bombs in the school and they're going to detonate. I never tried to do no school shooting script or anything like that.
But people are on edge because there are so many school shootings around the country. Did that factor into your thinking?
That didn't make me think that I was going to have any more success in having something evacuated. It wasn't a relevant factor in my mind. It's the fact that I knew I was breaking the law and I could get away with it, and there was nothing they could do to stop me. I could keep doing it. I could literally talk to law enforcement over the phone, lie to them, do something illegal, send them somewhere, have a place evacuated. It's coming on the news, and there was nothing they could do about it. They couldn't find me, they couldn't arrest me, there was nothing they could do. So I could do that as much as I wanted. I was like unstoppable, you could say.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
People being like, "Wow, you're so cool," or "Wow, I can't believe you're doing this and not getting caught," and stuff like that. Never had a job, doesn't have any working skills. He did not graduate from high school. Swatting was a way for him to earn notoriety. It was not impressing other kids or other gamers online and showing them that you could do other things online.
Yeah, you can do other things.
I kind of had to tell him, like, you don't really understand how the real world works. People do get caught for the things that they do.
Tyler's grandmother found it very difficult to understand him. There was a volatility to her relationship with Tyler, and she grew frightened of him. In September of 2015, his grandmother is watching KABC TV newscast in Los Angeles.
Do it again.
And he says to his grandmother, "Do you think I could clear out that building?"
This is when I had just started. I was sending the schools and having the schools evacuate.
Stretching legs. This is usually where I cramp, or my calf tries to cramp. You know, and I'll prevent it.
Instead of having the
What is it, Buggy Bubbies? What is it, Buggy Bubbies?
why don't I just evacuate the news studio itself?
It's unusual for those who report the news to become the news. Well, that's what happened today to the staff at KABC in Southern California. The station had to do its 4 o'clock newscast from a lawn down the street after a bomb threat forced everyone in that building to evacuate.
They were actually broadcasting live on Channel 7 News.
He'll jump up when he wants. He'll cut it
That would
off.
be interesting to make that phone call
Yeah.
and watch the TV and see what happened on the TV.
A bomb squad and search dogs combed through the building, eventually ruling it safe to re-enter.
Mimi. I'm no sweetie.
Suspects Tyler and confronts him and says, "I know you did this." He says, "Yes, I did it, but you will not tell another living soul, or else I will beat you bloody and I will blow up our house."
Baby. He's got food and all that stuff.
And she's terrified.
He's just bored right now.
However, she has a longtime friend.
He's
who's a
bored and he
college
wants
police
to
officer.
pay
She
pays.
confides in him the fact that Tyler did this.
Oh, yeah, I want plays. Argo got to go out for about an hour with me to GameStop.
Back in September, October 2015, there were a series of
Go GameStop. Yeah, I want to take you to Rocco, but you never want to leave whenever I have you in my arms and wanting to take you out the door to carry you to the car. You're like, nope. You start squirming and wiggling and struggling. And you're like, I'm going back and die. I ain't doing this.
We took police reports and then got in contact with the Glendale police officers. They advised me if they had arrested him or something, they went Tyler Barris after calling a bomb threat to the news stations there in Glendale. That's the first time I heard his name.
Kitty baby,
I had to
kitty
take
baby.
a forensic trip. The first thing I did was met up with the 14-year-old student who took the telephone call at the office at the middle school. We played the audio recordings for 6 different swatting calls that I had. And as soon as we hit the Tyler Barris audio recordings, she was like, she knew exactly. She was emphatic that was him. Tyler Barris has a distinctive voice. When I get these different calls, I typically give them a title so I can keep them all, mush mouth, baritone, something along those lines. With Tyler Barris, I used the word snide.
Tyler became very adept at covering his tracks. He always used voice over IP services to call from numbers that would dead end somewhere that was not connected to him.
We had tied him into a number of other cases across the country. We had 5 LAX bomb threats that he was responsible for. At one point, I tied him into 7 in one week. He would change his script along the way, but it was the voice
Oh,
that we always came back to.
They go and arrest Tyler at the house in Chatsworth. Ultimately, Tyler Barris pleads no contest to the charges and is sentenced to approximately 2 years in the Los Angeles County Jail. His grandmother, fearing for her own life, had taken out a restraining order against him.
It was my first time ever being in jail. Everything was all new to me. I wasn't worried or scared. It was more like, okay, well, my bail was $1 million. I'm stuck in this situation, so it just was what it was. I was just doing the time until I ended up getting out. I got released from the county jail after 16 months. It was 2 a.m. when I finally stepped outside. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have anywhere to stay. I didn't know anyone in the city of LA. My grandmother, she already told me not to go back. I don't know how to be homeless and survive in the streets and do all that. I just went back to the only place that I knew, which was my house. All the doors were locked. And I just camped out back all night until about 6 a.m. I've lived with her my whole life. I know her. I kind of just hung out in the backyard until she unlocked the back door to do some laundry, and I just walked in the house. She was kind of shocked that I was there. She told me that I wasn't supposed to be there.
He contacted the grandmother in violation of the restraining order.
Oh, man, died.
Tyler lives in his own little world. He doesn't have any real world friends. He doesn't have any employers or anything along those lines. So I think his only lifeline that he has is his grandmother, and he spoiled that relationship.
Tyler was then in jail from January 2017 to August 2017.
August.
It makes me really sad to like grow up with somebody and be really close with them for such a long time, and next thing you know they're in jail and their whole life is upside down and you don't recognize who's in front of you. We kind of lost contact, and my life.
People singularly sad. He was using his cell phone on the public Wi-Fi system to make these calls. And he would do it for a variety of reasons. Sometimes he would do it for pay.
This is a person who's never held a traditional job and maybe lacks a lot of the skills necessary to do so.
How much are you making for SWAT?
I was charging people, depending on how much of a stranger they were to me, anywhere from $20 to $50 per SWAT. But quite frankly, I enjoyed the thrill of swatting. I just enjoyed doing it, having it appear on the news and then bragging about it on Twitter. I just, for whatever reason, enjoyed doing that.
Hi, what's going on?
My dad, he's going crazy. He's got his gun out.
He enjoyed swatting people. It was his form of entertainment.
Yeah, I left some bombs at my high school and they're gonna close like 15 minutes.
Just scared. I don't see why people would want to harm children.
He had, I think, about a dozen different Twitter handles. He would post links to the news stories on it, as proof, taking credit for it.
Right now we have new information on the bomb threat that led to an evacuation of the K. Bailey Hutchison Convention Center. We heard an alarm go off back 10 times, and they're like, we need you to leave.
During the time period that he was out of custody, we found approximately 37 other cases that he had called in bomb threats or swattings.
I'm upset with some people. They got me mad, so now they're gonna pay for it. And I want another gun too.
He was like a one-man wrecking crew. He was just out of control.
couple weeks later, the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C. is having a very, very key meeting about the future of net neutrality.
The FCC is broadcasting the vote on net neutrality live on Twitter, had like 160,000 viewers at the time. And it was a federal building, a little bit more high profile than some of my other evacuations. So I posted on Twitter that I was going to evacuate that building.
On advice of security, we need to take a brief recess.
This is a huge issue the FCC is considering of national importance. And Tyler is well aware of the importance to his community, to gamers in particular. And once again, he takes credit for this and laughs about it. And he takes great pride that his power now extends to the halls of government.
I wasn't trying to scare them out of voting or whatever was going on. That didn't concern me. I just knew it was going to bring my Twitter a lot of attention. And my Twitter was quite popular that day. Gamers and hackers and people doing dark criminal stuff online. My Twitter was quite popular in that scene of individuals. Whoever it is running this Twitter is swatting and evacuating everything.
Since 2014, I've been investigating swatting cases more and more. We all recognize, even the gaming community recognizes it as a dangerous practice. But we never had that fatality, and we were just kind of like waiting for it. We knew it was going to happen.
That's World War II Call of Duty. Oh.
On December 28, 2017,
Maroon.
Shane Gaskill, who lives in Wichita, Kansas, is playing Call of Duty with another gamer named Casey Viner, who lives outside Cincinnati. They're playing on a site where you can actually win small amounts of money for winning one of these games. And in the midst of all this violent chaos, Shane Gaskill accidentally shoots Casey Viner's character to death. They lose the game and don't get the $1.50 wager that had been placed on the game. Shane and Casey get into a huge dispute about this online, and Casey decides that he wants to take revenge on Shane Gaskill. Casey knew exactly where to go, and so he contacted Swatistic, as Tyler was known online. Shane Gaskill saw that Swatistic was now following him to collect information. And then Shane Gaskill sent a direct message to Tyler Barris. Please try some shit. I'll be waiting. 1033 West McCormick Street, Wichita, Kansas. This is a person telling the ostensibly most feared swatter that he doesn't have the balls to go through with it.
Tyler kind of had a god complex. His ego was really big.
People are actually ignorant and arrogant enough to give you their address and tell you to come do something.
My mom and dad, they were arguing and I shot Tim in the head and he's not breathing anymore.
Confessing to a false double murder on your parents. Or acting like he's the guy. You know.
The problem is Shane Gaskill had given the wrong address. It wasn't Shane's house. The people who actually lived in the house at that time was the Finch family.
Andrew Finch is my mom's brother. October 27th, 2002, my mother got into a car crash on her way to Texas to get me and my sister. She rolled 3 times in her truck and was pronounced dead on scene. If I was like 1 or 2, I believe Andrew was like maybe 16 or 17. I believe that he had felt he had a duty to take care of me and my sister. He taught me a lot of the things that I know now, and that's why I regard him as my father, is because I feel like a father's duty is to teach a young man how to be a man in life.
Andy actually cooked dinner for us. That day he made pasta with tomato sauce with cheese and baked pork chops.
We were just relaxing, chilling, because it was just a few days past Christmas. There was a paved alley right against the house where there was this huge pothole.
When I heard one vehicle, didn't seem odd, it happens all the time.
Andy got it to see who was there.
By this point, police had surrounded the house. And Andrew opens the door, and he's caught by police lights, officers all over to the east of the house, to the west of the house, directly in front of the house.
He didn't know who was there for him. You know, he didn't know.
I started hearing commands from everywhere. I didn't exactly make them out. Shouting.
And in these 7 seconds of opening the door, an officer pulled the trigger on his AR-15. And shot Andrew once from, I believe it was 67 yards away.
He was on his face, barely able to breathe. And on his face, and then I'm in front of the front door to the inside of it. That's when Lisa came out. She goes, I heard Andy scream. What's going on? I said, I don't know, I'm getting ready to find out. I'm looking at him, possibly dying. Couldn't tell her that. Figured the next shot might be coming at me. I didn't know who was shooting. And then they're on the intercom saying, everyone get out from the east side.
Telling us to come out with our hands.
Dispatch was actually still on the phone with Tyler at this point. Tyler actually stayed on the phone with 911 for 16 minutes after the shooting.
Hello? I'm still here. Okay? Yeah, me too.
And despite them still being on the phone with the alleged hostage taker, the family was dragged outside, barefoot, handcuffed. The family was basically treated as criminals while WPD tore through the house.
My dad isn't breathing, kind of giving me anxiety, making me like paranoid.
They kept asking us, who else is up there? So we're confused at that point. We didn't know what happened, why they're there. I kept saying, why are you guys here? But their confusion was even more than our confusion. They couldn't tell us what's going on. They kept asking who else is in the house.
I was at my friend Isaac's house, and I started getting all these texts like, hey, are you okay? There's cops at your house. Hey, are you good? You know, what's going on? Hey, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not at my house right now. And then like an hour goes by, maybe 2, articles start coming out. Man shot at 1033 West McCormick, unidentified man shot at. I almost, like, the moment I saw man shot at, I almost knew, like, automatically. And that's when I found out it was him. I just, like, dropped down to my knees at that point, not being able to breathe. I remember almost forgetting, like, to inhale. I just sat there in disbelief.
Andrew's niece, Adelina, lived with the family. I believe she was 17 at the time of the shooting. She was actually forced to step over Andrew as he was laying on the floor, bleeding out and gasping for air.
They left him there on the ground until all of it was over with. So she had to walk over his body and look at him and see him and then get handcuffed outside.
Oh.
Andrew lay there for roughly 15 to 20 minutes before receiving any medical attention whatsoever. Officers were actually told to not move the body and step over him. An ambulance was on scene and the ambulance was held back. Instead of going to the hospital with their family member, they were taken downtown for questioning.
In the interrogation room, the detective said, would you know of someone that's holding a grudge against you or the house that would actually make a false call to create chaos? She said, not necessarily, no. Why? You haven't told me. How is Andy? Because I know when I saw him inside the house, he was having a hard time breathing. Did he get better? Did they take him to the hospital? He said, I am very, very sorry, Ali, but he did not survive his wounds.
I did not cry. I did not get hysterical. I became determined and was going to do what I needed to make sure this was handled for justice.
You know, I didn't know if I was going to be able to uphold myself as a human being after that day.
About an hour and a half after Andy Finch was shot, Shane Gaskill sent a Twitter DM to Tyler. This shit has me dying. They showed up to my old house, retard. To him, this was the funniest thing ever. That he basically duped the notorious Tyler Barris into swatting the wrong house. Upon revealing this, Tyler defends himself and says, you gave an address that you don't live at, but you were acting tough, LOL, so you're a bitch. Gaskill said, anyways, good job, but you failed the mission because I trolled the fuck out of you guys. And they have a petty dispute over who has bragging rights, who emerged victorious in this scenario.
Right now, a false 911 call led to a deadly officer.
A couple hours later, the local newscasts in Wichita start carrying reports about this death on West McCormick Street. And Gaskill realizes what's happened. And so he reaches out to both Tyler and Casey Viner and says, you guys need to delete everything. This is a murder case now.
We were actually trying to identify Tyler before the FBI did. I understand social media and the internet pretty well, so that was probably 30 minutes of actually constructing what happened. He was decent at hiding his real name, but he was not good at hiding his digital footprint whatsoever. There was accounts that he would just pop back and forth through, with Swatistic and Gorid Tudor 36 being the two main ones. I finally reached out to the Gorid Tudor 36 account and said, any chance you would like to talk to us about last night's SWAT? We really do want to hear your side. Tyler actually responded with, hi, here's my story, and he produced a screenshot that was actually Shane Gaskill encouraging him and egging him on and giving him a previous address that his family had lived at. Basically, that was Tyler saying that Shane encouraged him to swap that address. And I said, I understand that, but why did he send it to you? Like, is it a paying gig or just entertainment value? But how did you even get into swatting? And he put, I was swatted once. I put, no shit, what happened with that? And he put, well, I didn't die. Man, he's a fucking little prick. I don't even put the full blame on him, but man, he's just such a little fucking prick. Just that one sentence, I didn't die.
I didn't die. After he knows, by the way, that someone did die in this circumstance.
Yeah. When word got out that these three gamers got an innocent man killed by doing a swatting, the internet responded, and they were not happy about what had happened. He even made a post saying, hypothetically speaking, let's say I just kill myself right now for the purpose of this getting through your guys' heads. Will justice have been served? One user responded, I would be happier. Another one responded, you won't be missed. You were the cause. Going to jail, bro. LOL, I got someone killed, but it's just a prank, bro, so it's perfectly fine. That's actually a pretty good summary of how he tried to play it off.
A tremendous amount of abuse is hurled his way. And so when a big YouTube star reaches out to him, he consents to be interviewed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the alleged swatter on here, SWAT statistic. So you swatted that address.
Keemstar.
Correct? Sure. And then this guy gets killed.
That's what happened, I guess.
And you said you said this on Twitter. You said, I didn't get anyone killed because I didn't discharge a weapon. Do you take any responsibility for what happened?
The argument could be made that the police would have never showed up if I didn't make the call. However, I don't believe that I'm the only guilty party involved in this whole incident, considering I was contacted and it almost instructed to SWAT and taunted to SWAT that address. You could point the finger at the cop who killed someone, you could point the finger at the guy who did the call, you could point the finger at the person who provided the address saying, oh, look, this is where I live, go ahead and SWAT me. So it's really debatable.
I recognized Tyler Barris's voice right off the bat. I had 5 investigators all huddled around my phone, and we're sitting there watching it on my department phone.
It really sucks being connected to this incident in any fucking way. And if I could rewind, I would.
I knew you'd jump up and little cuddle wobbles a bit.
The recognition and everything.
Are you worried that they'll
Some
find you, that the FBI will find you, and you'll be arrested and charged for this?
Currently, not so much.
One person posts on Twitter that they know that this is the same person responsible for the
Yeah, I
case
knew you
bomb
gonna
threats in
need
2015.
cuddle wobbles.
And the police
He's
are
cuddle wobbling.
and they can see on his Twitter feed he's taking direct responsibility for what
Yeah, cuddle wobble babies. What's up, big old Rocco man? That's him.
The surveillance team went to his address that was listed on his
I'm the pillow.
card and followed him.
My human is the pillow.
To the library.
That's just how it is.
Did it ever occur to you in all of this that someone might
Me?
No, that never crossed my mind. I've never killed anyone, so I don't know what that feels like, but I've also never been responsible for someone dying. But the consequences of killing someone, from what I know, are pretty severe. You can get life in prison, you can get the death sentence. So, being responsible for someone dying, like I was pretty much the sole reason that the police even went to that house. So when I found out someone died at the house that I sent the SWAT team to do, it was a very surreal moment for me.
Were you worried more about ramifications of you, or
Baby boys.
the fact that someone's life was just taken?
Well, you